What's good, family? You back with Grown Man Bar, the best hip hop show for old heads in America, where somehow the Mavericks got the first pick in the NBA draft. While you're here, pretend like the like and subscribe buttons just told you they've never heard of Big Daddy Kane and crash out on them. We are also live everywhere you get your podcasts, so check us out on Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, and everywhere you get your podcasts. I'm your man Chad, also an industry plant, and with me as always is a man so tough he only uses a stunt double for scenes when he cries. BA, what's good, my brother?
I don't even know what to do with that at this point. What's going down, family?
That's what's good. Tonight, we're going to talk about some rap catalog battles. We love to do those catalog battles, man. Let's put everybody, so get your best album, stack them up, and let's go.
It's going to be healthy.
So,
it's going to be healthy. And I mean that in the most spiciest of ways. This is a jalapeno ghost pepper burger kind of spicy we going down tonight, sir.
Well, I can't do those kind of burgers.
Me
man.
either. That's why, that's what I'm saying. Healthy. They say spice is healthy for you, but this finna be healthy. You understand what?
Yeah, BA put together some pretty tough matchups for us and for y'all to decide on, so I think y'all gonna enjoy it. So let's not waste any time on this and go ahead and talk about Jay-Z versus Eminem. Yes, sir, and I've learned some new information that I will be dropping on y'all in a later short tidbit. But these two gentlemen, as far as the rankings go for best-selling rap artists of all time,
Both top five, yeah.
they are both top five. And they're both prolific. They both have pretty deep catalogs. Jay obviously beat him to the game by about, 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, I think 6.
So he's got a bigger catalog. So let me run down just the albums for those two that I thought about with this one. So for M, I thought about Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, The Eminem Show, Marshall Mathers LP 2, and Death of Slim Shady.
Ooh.
For Jay-Z, I went ahead and went with The Reasonable Doubt, the In My Lifetime trilogy, Streets is Watching, Dynasty, Black Album, Blueprint, Magna Carta, Watch the Throne, and 444.
Okay, healthy.
Those two are stacked pretty heavy, man. So what are your initial thoughts? What do you think when you look at it?
I mean, let's talk about it. Like this is the line in the sand situation. This isn't if you're a fan of hip hop. This isn't even a fan of lyricism. This is fanboy stuff. This is what you prefer.
Yeah.
This is the Big Mac versus the Quarter Pounder. You know what I'm saying? This is
Coke and Pepsi.
Right. This is Coke Pepsi, right? We've talked several times about how Jay-Z constructs a project. Doesn't have a lot of out of place parts. So my initial thought is to always say, when I compare Jay's catalog to anybody's catalog, just project construction, usually Jay gets the nod easily for that, because there's not too many that puts it together the way he puts it together before he releases it. What about you?
Yeah, for Jay, man, I feel the same way. You just said we talked about this before. I think Jay was always about song construction and album construction. He never had a 16 or a whole song where he just like lyrically went off.
Where you literally broke down every part of the song.
Right, it wasn't just like, room shaker after room. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying I don't think he does, because that doesn't make for a good album, necessarily. Like, bar after bar. I mean, if you're hitting them with those room shakers, haymakers after haymaker, eventually that gets old. And I think Jay he always was very wise about how to put different types of tracks on an album to keep you invested all the way through. And Jay understood the track 12 on an album.
Yes,
he understood that very well.
Yeah, he did.
He understood that rule.
Yeah, he did. Slim early gave us some nice track 12s early, but I think he kind of got away from that as he got deeper into the album catalog. But he did as well.
So I know you love Slim, man. Tell me what you thought about his catalog.
If you look at his first 3 albums, it is a buyout. Like, It's a biography to me. It's a musical biography. And let me tell you what was genius about it. I believe that in the first 3 albums, like outside of Outkast, based on your target audience, what you're going for, maybe nobody's first 3 albums hit the mark like Slim's first 3. If you look at the numbers support what I'm saying. He did exactly what he was supposed to do in every lane he put that in, every album. He gave you the introduction to the alter ego and let that ride out. Where Jack, on the other hand, got stronger in the first 3 projects. I might say Slim had the better first 3. The problem is Jay-Z's third one was in my lifetime volume. Like, that becomes the problem. What about you? What you think?
Overall, I think that was why I ended up with, for me, it's Jay-Z's catalog, because Jay got stronger. He had some misses in there. 30 years worth of albums, you're gonna have some misses in there. So he had some misses in there, and I'm not mad at that. Everybody does, for the most part. So it's not that, but for me, as you know me, I'm not a fan of Eminem's content. And I understand it, because there's only so many lanes that Eminem could occupy in hip-hop. So
Right.
he picked the one that was the most comfortable for him, and I understand that part, but the content's not for me. So when he started to slip, when he got into either starting to be Slim Shady a little too much, which I assume happens to everybody, and then he got into the era when he was abusing the substances.
Yeah, we got Life Be Lifing.
Yeah, those albums just took so much away from his catalog when you're comparing it to somebody like Jay-Z, because Jay-Z wouldn't have back-to-back disappointing albums. I think Jay-Z he cared a little too much about what people said. If he came out and they said this album was disappointing, I think he made it a point. And even later in his career, he doesn't come out with them enough to let them be disappointing albums. That was where I ended up with it. Nobody got washed in this one. I'm not mad at anybody who thinks Eminem's got a better catalog, because sales-wise, he does. And
Yeah.
it's not close.
And
But-
that's kind of where I was at. I believe that Jay-Z had one hiccup in his catalog that allowed him to have an opportunity in this discussion. And it was simple. It was the project that had I'm a poet to some, regular modern day Shakespeare. Jesus Christ, the King of these latter-day saints here.
Hey, that was his fault. That was his fault. You don't go get the guy and let him do the beat. That's your fault.
And not just let him go last.
Yeah, that's your fault. You know how that goes.
Without Eminem's verses, you would say those are some of the best verses Jay has ever dropped. Ever.
Yeah, Jay was fire. Yeah, so that's it for us, man. We decided to go with Jay-Z, but get down in the comments, man, and let us know who you like better. I know there's plenty of Eminem fans out there that's going to yell at us. Y'all get down in there and yell at us. Take a look at the whole list and let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe, and we'll be back at y'all next week.